So if there was a team in the division that you had to pick to win it outside of Detroit, who would it be at this moment?
The Packers.
Why?
Because I think adding Jacobs is a huge boost in the running back room. I really think Aaron Jones was slightly better than Jacobs. People ain't gonna like that statement, but I think Aaron Jones is slightly better than Jacobs. And but having Jacobs in that room is huge. You brought back Dylan. You added some receiver help. You added defensive help. You got better safety play. Your linebacker room is stupid. You know, we can say what we want about Quay Walker. Quay Walker always finds a way to give us a bone, right? But when they added Adrian Cooper, I went, really? This is what we doing now? This how we playing it? So, yeah, the Packers played us tough the first game. Even though we beat the brakes off them in one game and lost real bad
Man, the
against the
Packers
second.
almost made it to the damn NFC Championship. Like, people here's my thing, bro. I think the Packers gonna make it to the damn NFC Championship this year. Now, I don't know who they gonna play. It's either gonna be the Packers and the Lions, or the Packers and the Rams, or the Packers and whoever else. But all I know is you go 28-3 the last 2 months of the season, and you do what Jordan Love just did in the wild card round. Like, this ain't no Daniel Jones saga when he just had a one-off performance against one of the most luckiest teams in NFL history. Like, we saw this dude going to work, Luke G. That dude was going to work on San Francisco's defense, and if it wasn't for him, you know, making the young quarterback mistake that he did the final possession, like, I was wondering, because he was getting away with a lot of those throws outside the pocket, throwing across the opposite half of the field from the opposite side of his body. I was wondering when it was going to come to bite him in the butt and happen in the worst opportune time. But with how young that team is, and then they get Jeff Hafley as their new DC, if he ends up working out, I don't see how they don't win the division, because defensively, from a talent standpoint, I've always viewed Green Bay in high regard. Like, Rashawn Gary may be he has to be one of the most underrated defensive players in the league for over the last 6 years. I've never seen a player look so good when he's healthy and yet not get mentioned enough in the defensive player of the year conversation. So there's a lot of talent on Green Bay. It's just, is Jeff Hafley going to be the guy who can make it all work? We saw how Joe Barry, how awful his defense was. It's no more excuses. If this defense shows up and the offense picks up from what they left off, and even better, shoot, I don't see how we don't get a Green Bay Detroit Lions NFC Championship. Now, Minnesota, like, I don't know why people are trying to overhype Minnesota when their quarterback situation is less than ideal. Like, I don't care how good of a coach Kevin O'Connell is. This division is way too tough for you to be winning games with Sam freaking Darnold. You free me? Like, this division.
I don't think Sam Darnold's starting. I think everybody who believes. I think JJ is starting, and I think that everybody. I think, like I said, I thought the Vikings really wanted Penix, but I think JJ is starting. And the thing that they did was they added Aaron Jones. See, last year they struggled because there was no run game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Madison ain't it. Madison is 100% a relief guy. When they draft him, I was like, right. But now you got Aaron Jones. If Aaron Jones can stay healthy, which he won't, he's going to be hurt for a number of games, right? It's just inevitable, right? Like, it just is what it is. But if they can establish the run, they'll be in the mix too. I don't think the Packers win the division. I don't think the Packers do as well as people think, because I think that their schedule is going to test them earlier. We got to see when the schedule drops, obviously next month. Well, in May, we should say, because we're not too far from May. But we got to see when that schedule drop and when and who play. When I looked at the Lions schedule, my original schedule, without knowing when they play, I had them at 8 wins, right? Even looking at their schedule right now, I got 8 wins. But when I see when they play, the number's going to go up or down. So when I saw we had Kansas City week 1, I was like, oh, yeah, they go 9th win, right? I thought it'd been at wins, I can see when we was going to play. And so it's going to come down to scheduling. Our schedule down the end was easy. Their schedule was a little bit more tougher. But the Lions is geared up to do some things a little bit different. And, you know, Sam Laporta in the second year is going to be obviously a person that they're going to keep an eye on. But you can't watch everybody. Mm-hmm. You can't watch Sam Laporta. You can't watch Jamison, who I told people, look, y'all fall in love with the speed, but you don't take hurt receivers, you'll be okay. But okay. I still the Lions should still win this division. If they are who I think they are, and I think they will win the division.
I definitely agree.